Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Derek, yesterday we got into this sin of man, this terrible fall, because God loved man enough to make him to where he could make a choice.
Right.
And man didn't make a good choice.
He didn't.
He made a bad choice. And then we learned that, well, Jesus is taking on the punishment. So did man and woman just get away with it?
Absolutely not. They're in the garden. We talked about yesterday the punishment that happened to the serpent. We talked about, that how that Jesus was going to be the one to come and to pay that price, to pay that price for sin. But in this case, man and woman, they have their own individual punishments. Woman there in Genesis chapter 3, going on down into verse 16, he says to the woman, I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing, and pain you will bring forth children. So here, that we see that woman's going to have pain in childbirth as a punishment of this. It also says there in verse 16, your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Here in this part of this punishment, you see that woman is placed under her husband and is there, and he is to roll over her. And we could talk about that further in another lesson, but he goes on and he's going to punish man. He's going to punish Adam. And he said to Adam, because you have listened to the voice of your wife, this is verse 17, and have eaten of the tree with which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you. He goes on and he says there as it continues on that he said that he's going to eat plants of the field, that he is going to, from the sweat of his face, that he's going to, that's where he's going to, the bread, the ground's going to, he's going to have to till it, he's going to have to work. This is going to be a labor. He is going to be challenged in this. It's going to require hard work. And also, man and woman are cast from the garden. Man and woman are not allowed to enter back in. In fact, the entrance is hidden, it's protected, it's sealed. And so here we have, God has, he has laid down his punishment. He talked about Jesus. He talked about, he's going to be sending someone to pay that price, but mankind still has consequences for their sin. They still have things that take place in life because of sin. And here, they have their individual punishments. They're cast from the garden.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay, you got that straight for me.
Right.
I get that.
Okay.
But these two folks now know more than they knew before.
They do.
And they're embarrassed by being naked.
They
so
are.
what do we do about that?
Well, you're going to see here going in verse 20 and 21, it says, the man called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife garments of skin and clothed them. And so here God's going to be the one. He's going to, he's going to help make for them clothing.
Right.
He's going to send them out into life. He gives them the direction and the instruction that they need in order to continue living. Because they're not going to be in the garden anymore. They're not going to be in this perfect scenario that they once lived. Now they're going to be amongst all of man. They're going to be in the process of populating the earth. They're going to be amongst other people. And that is going to be something that they need to walk in the ways that God has called them. So here we have Adam and Eve. They're driven from the garden and they're going out. And so we come to chapter 4, and what we see is that you have they're talking about their sons. You have Cain, you have Abel. Now in these two sons, the earth could have been blessed, but Cain and Abel, they had their fusses, as brothers do. Abel offers up a noble, a great sacrifice before God. Cain's sacrifice is not as pleasing to God. So here you have Cain, out of jealousy, out of anger and wrath, he rises up against his brother, and he kills his brother Abel. And you see that once again, that just another account of sin. Now here in the Old Testament, here in the Word, you're going to see that over and over again as he deals with different fathers. Adam going on down. We're going to eventually talk about Seth and others. But today I want us to kind of have in our mind that God, he is working here with man. He is trying to help direct man. And as we continue our study and talk about the patriarchal age and talk about the fathers that he directly impacted with, I hope we remember that. I hope we see how God had a plan through it all.
He did.
He did. And so we want to thank you all for joining us for 5 minutes in the Word, and we will see you all tomorrow for another 5 minutes in the Word. Bye, everybody.
Bye.